Okay, guys, so I know that this angle is not the best. I know you can't see him completely and wonderfully. Let's see if I can move this down without it falling. I have you guys propped up like really crazy. You are on a selfie stick shoved in a pocket of the diaper bag with the diaper bag standing up on my bed. And that's how we're gonna do this. Are you still hungry? Sucking on your finger? So I wanted to give you guys an update since we are home. We have been, oh no, we've been home since, let's see, we got home Saturday night. Today is Wednesday. So we have been home. Sunday was the first full day. So Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And we're going on day 4 of the full day. He's getting kind of hungry again. He just snacked a little bit. He's a grazer. And so he'll get hungry again and then he'll fuss. So hopefully I can keep him quiet for just a few minutes. And I'm sorry if you're bouncing, but I'm trying to bounce the baby. So, yeah. So let's see. When we got home, he did not get his circumcision on Friday, which he was supposed to get it Friday afternoon or Friday evening. And you have to stay at least for like 2 hours for them to just look over him and observe him and make sure that he's not bleeding heavily and that everything is cauterized well, so that you can go home with no bleeding. And any issues that he's having is if he's in like super bad pain or anything like that, coming off of the numbing agent that they use, and just stuff like that, like any complications or if it's not looking right or anything like that, they want to observe him for a couple of hours. So I was like, okay, so they did the circumcision at like, I don't know, like 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. And so I was like, okay, we're going to get out of here soon. Like 10 o'clock, we'll be out of here around lunchtime. Everything will be good. It'll be fine. The doctor ended up having a surprise delivery. So that delayed like our paperwork and everything getting done. All kinds of stuff was happening. I think like so many people had babies during that time when I had him that it was just crazy. Anyway, whatever took so long, we did not end up getting to leave until like 5 something, and we did not get home from the hospital until like 6 o'clock in the evening time. So my parents brought the boys and they got to see their brother again. That was the second time they had seen him, and they held him and loved on him and all of that. And now we are, we're doing it, you know? As far as I go, of course there's soreness. The hardest part that has been for me to get over is definitely the epidural. And I had this with my other 2, but this one I think hit me a little bit harder. My back hurts so bad. My legs hurt so bad. My pelvis hurt so bad. It feels like somebody beat me with a baseball bat. Just my muscles are sore. My bones are sore. Everything was sore. I'm really coming out of that soreness now. So I still feel stiffness. There's still some stiffness in my back. And some stiffness in my pelvis. My legs are doing a lot better. But yeah, that was probably the hardest part to get over. I didn't have to have any stitches, thank God. I was scraped a little bit, like there were some abrasions there, but nothing that needed stitches. So I was really grateful for that, because if you have ever had a baby and have stitches, holy crap. It hurts so bad, and the stitches are really the most and crappiest, just horrible thing to get over after you have a baby, as far as I'm concerned, because when you stand up, you feel like your entire insides are going to fall to the floor, and the pressure is awful, and it's just really itchy and burning at the same time when they're healing, like they itch. But God help you if you even think about touching them or scratching or any of that. So yeah, I didn't have to have those, so I was happy about that. You can hear Killian, he's playing right here on the floor. Don't throw it, baby. And so there's that. Hold on a moment. Okay, so he's wild and crazy today, like wide open. Okay, go draw it for me. He's drawing with markers, and he's like, I don't even know. So, let's see, what else? Okay, so I am breastfeeding him. Yes. I'm very pro breast. I'm not anti formula. I'm not shame on you for breastfeeding. None of that, but I am very pro breast. I just feel like breast milk is the way to go. It is the cheaper option. It is definitely the healthiest. There's really nothing you can say to negate that. It is the truth. But some women can't breastfeed, whether you work and you just can't keep up, or whether you don't supply, like you don't produce enough, or whether it's like me with Tristan and it's your first kid and maybe they're tongue-tied, or you have latching issues or all of those issues and you just really were terrified and didn't feel comfortable. It happens. I understand. I'm not downing any mama for feeding your baby whatever way you think is best, but breast is best to me, and I am very, very pro breast. I think that the ability to grow someone inside of you from a single cell into a human being, fit them inside of you for that long, being as big as they are, and then supplying food, creating and supplying food for them, that is beautiful. Oh boy, it's okay. They just fell apart, but that's okay. He's like, the pictures fell apart. That is so beautiful. I love it. That's gorgeous. Good job. He's so proud. He's so sweet. And to be able to supply and create sustenance for that child and that human being after you held them, to sustain their life after God allowed you to create a life inside of you, is amazing. And I just love it. I love it. I'm pro breastfeeding all the way. I'm one of those fanatics that's just like, yes, I love breastfeeding. But with that being said, like I said, I don't shun or shame or no, there's none of that. There's no judgment here as far as feeding your baby whatever way you think is best and whatever way you feel comfortable with. I'm not a shamer. No, there will be no mom shaming here, but I'm very passionate about breastfeeding. So anyway, that was like a long tangent to say that I am very pro breast and I am breastfeeding. But I am way overproducing milk. So I am making way more than necessary for a newborn, an insane amount, to the point where I'm having to hand express, because pumping, if you pump, which is fine, but it signals to your body that that's your baby drinking because of the sucking motion of the pump, and it thinks that it needs to make more milk. It thinks that he's eating that much. So when I pump and then he eats, it thinks that the pump and his eating is what it needs to produce. So it just produces more milk. Oh, I need more. So it produces more. We don't need no more, okay? We don't need any more. So I've been hand expressing. Sometimes I think to catch it in like a bottle or a container so that I can freeze it. Other times I'm exhausted and I do it on a towel or whatever it is. But I'm telling you, hand expressing in a towel soaks the entire, like a hand towel, soaks the entire like hand towel or like a tea towel size, soaks the tea towel, still have plenty more for him to eat and then some. Like I still have to hand express afterwards or I feel like my breasts are going to explode. It is that much. With Killian, that's not the way it happened. It took a little longer for my milk to come in, and then it was just normal. My milk came in perfectly. It was just enough for him. My hormones regulated how much milk I supplied for him, and my milk supply increased as he got bigger. But this one is different. I don't know if it's because my body naturally went into labor on its own without any help this time, because I had him a little bit early, so my body just naturally went into full mode and it wasn't surprised by the induction. So it wasn't like, oh, we're having a baby, oh okay, well then I probably need to, make some milk, This time it was like, you need to make some milk, your baby's coming, here he comes. And my body just went into labor on its own. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I'm not really sure, but it is overproduction. Now, overproduction is an issue because when he drinks it, my breasts are so full that he can't keep up with the flow. It just like shoots inside of his mouth, and it's too much for him to handle at one time. And he can start like gagging and like strangling on it. It makes him like not latch correctly because he can't have a deep latch, because if he deep sucks it in, it's just like whoosh and it's too much for him. And it can make him have a lot of gas, and that's what it is doing. It is getting better, I've noticed, but it's a slow progression of getting better. It's not getting just better overnight, so it's taking a little while, but I am noticing that it's getting a lot better. So his poop smells less gassy, and he's able to keep up a little bit better. So, you just doing one eye? Oh, there you go. Oh, okay. Both eyes? Okay. So I am noticing it is getting a little bit better as we go along. Hopefully my hormones will regulate soon. It should be a couple of weeks. It should only take a couple of weeks, and then it should start getting back on track, and my breasts are like, okay, we don't need this much. And supposedly hand expressing doesn't signal to your body to create more, especially not as much as pumping. But girl, I'm not even gonna lie, this mama can't stand not doing anything because the pressure is insane. It can lead to like clogged milk ducts if I leave it in there and just let it more and more pressure build. It can build to mastasis, I think is how you say that, to where it's clogged and your breasts are like purple and they're like ready to explode, like literally, and it feels like death. I've had that happen. I've had a clogged milk duct before with Killian. It's horrible. And so yeah, so anyways, I'm working on it. It's okay. He's also tongue-tied. So what that means is all my kids have been tongue-tied. Killian was tongue-tied, and I really didn't realize how bad it was because he latched just fine. And he latched just fine. Right out of the gate. Right at the gate, they put him on me. We did skin to skin. There he is, and he latches perfect. Perfect. Like roots for the breast right away. It was a very magical moment. I don't understand how you cannot believe in God if you have been pregnant or have a child. I just really don't, because the miracle of life is so extraordinary and complex and beautiful. Hormones are about to make me cry about it because it's just amazing. And so yeah, definite bonding moment right away. He latched perfectly, but he is tongue-tied. So if you don't know what tongue-tied is, underneath your tongue, you have a strip of skin that holds your tongue to the bottom of your mouth. When you are tongue-tied, that strip of skin is too far up on your tongue, so you can't stick out your tongue. And sometimes tongue tie is so bad, like you can't put your tongue up to the roof of your mouth. And when you stick out your tongue, it's like a lizard tongue because that skin pulls at the tip of your tongue and it makes it look forked like a lizard tongue. That is the way Tristan's tongue was. His tongue is no longer forked. It has grown out a little bit enough to where it's not, but he doesn't have a long tongue at all. He can't stick it out very far. Killian still has a forked tongue just a little bit. Not too bad, but a little bit. And Alaric will too, I'm sure. But what that is that when they latch onto your breast, they use their tongue to go over their gums and pad that, and that's how they get the milk. That's how they suck really strong. Now, his sucking strength is not a problem, and it wasn't a problem with Killian either. But when I started breastfeeding Killian, it was very, very painful for me, like excruciatingly painful. I didn't have cracking or bleeding. I had some bruising on my nipples, but I didn't have like super bad cracking because lanolin is my friend. It is my absolute best friend. And I would put that nipple cream on all the time, all the time. And that was my only saving grace, but it was very, 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 very painful for a while, for about a month, maybe even a month and a half, 2 months, of just getting used to breastfeeding and them to completely numb out. Okay, well, it's been 3 years since then, so they're not numb anymore. And so yes, this is excruciatingly painful all over again. It hurts very, very badly. He's not able to stick his tongue out to pad that, so it's literally like very abrasive to my breasts. His gums like grate on them because he can't latch correctly because his little tongue it can't stick out far enough, but it's okay. I'm just going to power through it. I don't want to clip his tongue if I don't have to. I haven't clipped the other twos, and I really would rather him not have to have that done. Now, I know that it's not that big of a deal, and they cry about it for a day, it's sore, and then it's fine. And if it messes with him at all, like his speech or his eating or any of that, then I will, of course, do it for his benefit. But if it's just for my benefit, I'm not going to have a procedure done to him for me. I'm not going to do that. That's not okay for me. It might be okay for you, and that's perfectly fine. They advise you to revise it, as they call it. Like, that's fine. But I can't deal with having a procedure done to him for me. No, I'll just deal with the pain. It's not that big of a deal. I can power through it. It hurts really bad, but it's okay. So I am doing that. We're going through a little bit of that with the tongue tying and the overproduction of milk, and my milk just being ridiculous. Like, I was at my mom's yesterday. I had to take him to his first doctor's appointment. And when I went to my mom's house, okay, we're going to try a passy to just tide us over for just a few minutes. So, what else? So that's breastfeeding. That's the biggest thing, right? Feeding. His umbilical cord fell off at 3 days old, which is 4 days old, which is insanity. So the day after we got home from the hospital, his umbilical cord was already off. The stump already fell off. That's insane. His circumcision looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. It is perfect. It's not having any issues at all. He's great. We went to his first doctor's appointment yesterday, and when we went to his first doctor's appointment yesterday, and when we went, he weighed, he weighed 7 pounds and 2 ounces at the hospital at his birth. He was 20 inches long. When we left the hospital, because you know their weight drops down after they're born, when we left the hospital, he weighed 6 pounds 11 ounces. And at his doctor's appointment 3 days later, he weighed 7 pounds 4 ounces. So he has gained all of his birth weight back and then some, 2 ounces. And he is 20.5 inches long. So he is growing, and he is perfect, and he is beautiful. And he reminds me of my other two when they were infants, but a little bit different. They all have subtle differences, but they all look a little bit alike. Perfection. Just perfect. He's beautiful and sweet. He is a precious baby. He hardly ever cries unless he has a poopy diaper or he is hungry, which he is hungry all the time. He is sleeping wonderful through the night, like 5 hours straight. Like, what? And this mama is just loving it. I'm loving it. I can't complain. I'm feeling much better as far as soreness goes. I'm not having any irregular bleeding or craziness. That's an annoyance of after pregnancy. Let's see what else. What else, guys? If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. You guys know I'm not really the most modest or private person. I'm very transparent. I feel like whatever you say can help other people. And so, yeah, that's something that I really believe in. But yeah, so I'm going to show you him, and then because I get a lot of questions, and it's not rude, it's fine, but I know everybody gets curious about what your body looks like afterwards. So this is 6 days postpartum, and I will show you a belly picture because I don't know, I feel like people are curious, every body is different and everybody is different. What I look like is not going to be what everyone looks like, and what everyone looks like is not going to be what I look like, because every single person is different. But I do know that it's a curiosity, and I do know that people ask and they get curious, and that's okay. It's all right. It's okay. And so I don't mind sharing. So I'm going to show you him first. Let's see if I can do it without aggravating him. Let's see. So here is Mr. Kieran Alaric. Oops. Let's not do that. He has such control over his head. See, he's trying to squirm away already. Is he going to open his eyes for you? Hold on, Killian. Hold on just a minute, baby. I'll help you. Hold on. Oh, he's going to get mad. But here he is. Here's his little toes. And his little face getting mad. Oh, no. No. We don't get mad about it. It's okay. Here's his beautiful hair. He has lots of hair in the back. And he's just a sweet boy. So I am going to show you a belly shot, and then I'm going to let you guys go, and that's going to be our first update. I have some videos coming up that I'm super excited about. I'm going to do a video, hold on just a minute, kind of explaining those and introducing those to you. I'm super excited about them, so I hope that you continue watching. From my pregnancy journey to my newborn family baby journey. I just love sharing life with you guys. So I'm going to feed this little rooter because he's rooting around. And then I will do a belly shot for you guys and in the video. Alright, you guys, like I said, I know that this is a curiosity for some people. I know that I get a lot of questions about how is your body looking, or how long does it take you to bounce back, or whatever. And I think that these are coming from a good place as far as just curiosity. Some of you are pregnant and you are just wondering, it's your first baby and you don't know. Every body is different and everybody is different. It depends on your body. You can't control it. It has nothing to do with you. But since I have been getting these questions, I thought that I would just show you. This is 6 days postpartum. So this is me. I just have on some leggings and a t-shirt. And this is my belly postpartum, 6 days postpartum. I still have a little bit of a pudge, but it has gone down a lot. My uterus has actually gone back into place. It's just a little bit swollen still, so I can still like feel it bouncing back at me. So I can still feel the swelling a little bit, but it is firming up, and so I'm really excited about how it's feeling. It feels a lot better. It's a lot less wiggly. I'm actually having some, form to my belly again, so that is good. I didn't get any stretch marks. So my line is really crooked. It always is. It goes off to the side. It does not go up and down. So there's that. My belly button is going back into place. It's still a little bit odd. It's not really my belly button yet. It hasn't went all the way down. And my swelling has not went all the way down. But this is what it looks like for me for 6 days postpartum. And I'll show you guys a little bit later, like maybe a week or 2 weeks. So that is going to be it for this video, you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, hearing a little update on how it has been since we have been home. I'm definitely going to update you guys quite often so you can see how he is growing and how he is doing and how we are doing and adjusting and all of that. So I will definitely be doing some more updates for you guys as far as that goes. And I also have some exciting videos that I'm super excited about sharing with you. And I'm going to have an introduction to that series in just a little bit. It might even be in these same clothes, who even knows. So I'm going to have that in just a little bit for you guys on just a little series that I want to do. I think will be super fun and maybe helpful to some people, and that's the whole point. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you following me on this journey of my crazy life, and I hope that you guys have a great day. Bye guys.